Well, here's the story how I got my middle name, and I found out afterwards I've been lied to. So it all started when this guy asked me my middle name. I was offered a real job, not milking cows, not bucking hay. It paid about the same as I recall, but I wasn't cleaning up behind cows. Now, at that time, if you weren't at least 16, you had to have a work permit. I was okay with that. My oldest sister took me into town. The clerk was using a typewriter. You may have looked that up on Google. To fill out the form. Last name, Greenwood. First name, Stephen. Middle name, Dammit. That's when there was a long pause, and the guy's looking at me like I just landed from Mars. My sister was sitting there laughing and trying to catch her breath. I'm befuddled. This guy doesn't even know how to spell Dammit. You sure your middle name is Dammit? Yes, that's the only one. That's what my mom calls me most every Friday evening. When I take off, she says, Stephen Dammit Greenwood, you'll be home for Sunday dinner at 5. You hear me? So I have to back up and give you a little information. During the week, I go down to the local tavern. The owner knew who I was. I needed an empty beer case. I need each case to send the bottles back in, don't you? He says. And I said, yep. I'm going to tie it on the back of my bike and go pick up beer bottles along 99. I'll fill it up twice and bring the bottles back to you for the penny deposit. That'll give me 48 cents, and I have 2 cents. So that makes 50 cents, and I can buy a box of 22 long rifles out at the country store south of town. You get your box back too. Okay, he says. So now you have the background. On a lot of Friday nights, I'd grab an old Army surplus blanket, a piece of canvas, and the discard of an old wall tent, and it usually failed, and tie them into a bedroll with some cotton clothesline. That was always laying around. I had a shelter. A mason jar came filled with water, and some more of the clothesline tied around his neck. I had water for the trip out. Back in the day, just about every prescription came in a dark brownish or red plastic bottle. The bottle was just a little too short to hold strike anywhere matches. There's an easy fix. I take out my pocket knife and cut 1/8 of an inch off the end of each match. I got water-resistant matches and therefore fire. I go to my stash and get a couple of candy bars. Nope, there weren't any energy bars. Now, my mom watched all this, and she knew where I was going and what I was doing, and she'd seen it before, and she made the same proclamation as always. Stephen Dammit Greenwood, you be home by 5 p.m. Sunday dinner don't be late. Now, I had the 22 across the handlebars of my bike, 1 speed, hard. Put the box of ammo in my back pocket, and so I had my instructions and a clear idea of what my middle name was at that time and what time to be home. Then I headed out of town by 4 p.m., and by 5 p.m., I'm 10 miles out in the pucker brush. That's a completely different story. What could go wrong? I'm armed, equipped with water and fire-making supplies, and I have a couple of candy bars. The water in the stream is drinkable, and there are lots of critters and fish out there that could be cooked over an open fire. So that's probably started when I was 11 or 12, maybe 10, 11, 12. And did that on most weekends and learned how to live out in the woods. So there's the story of how you get your middle name.